Julie just got back from Walt Disney World. What was it like during these trying times? What is Walt Disney World doing to keep everyone safe and healthy and still magical? Up next.
Hey girls, I'm so glad to see you. Oh,
Hi,
let me see your
girls.
cute masks.
Yes.
Julie, yours
Yes.
says together again. Oh my gosh, cannot wait to hear about your trip.
Yep,
And
yep.
look at your darling mask. And Jamie, you're looking super cute. My goodness
Oh my
gracious.
God.
I got my Haunted Mansion mask that I made.
I love it. I love it. And Julie, we just cannot wait to hear about your trip.
I know.
Cannot
Well,
wait.
How about we
Without
take
further
these
ado,
off?
yeah, let's take them off. Can't wait. Launch
we are-
in because I miss you and your pictures were amazing. So
yes.
talk.
Oh my gosh. I had so much fun. I just can't even begin to tell you that how much fun we had. But I did get a lot of questions, and I'll start with that. Several people sent me questions asking me if it was still magical. Right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you it was magical, but it was very different. It was odd. The first day Katie and I went to the Magic Kingdom, and I have pictures I'll show you in a minute, but it was just bare. And you didn't sense that excitement that you did when everybody was there. But they don't have character meet and greets. So they have all these different opportunities, and I have videos of them on the Facebook page. But when you walk in, after you go under the train station and there's that ledge there, every 15 minutes there's a group of characters. And when we walked in, it was all the princesses and the fairy godmother. So well,
that was what I was wondering, like how often do you see the characters? I've heard about.
Okay, so yes, what were you asking, Jamie?
Just how often the characters showed up.
Yeah, okay. So before I even tell you about this, can I tell you, remember my whole story of Disney is my love of it came from my mom. And my mom forever wanted to stay at the Contemporary Hotel. She never did. Only because of COVID discounts did we. This is from the deck of my hotel.
That's incredible.
This is from my room. This is my view, and this is a zoomed in one.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I just wanted to share that with you. Okay. I'm going to move us over here. Okay. So first I wanted to tell you about social distancing. This is me, and then Katie is next to me in the monorail. That's it. So the rule was if you were an entire party, you could all get in the same monorail car. If you weren't, you could have no more than 4. Now, you know how the monorail has this seat, and then behind me, there's another group of seats. There was plexiglass there.
Okay.
So you were only in that car. So that was the first. That was the monorail. So other examples of social distancing, this is the Kilimanjaro Safari. So every other row was taken, and they have this plastic. It was a little bit difficult to see through. Not really, it's just you felt like it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did it make you feel a little claustrophobic?
Honestly, the mask did that already.
Yeah.
But sure. You get used to it. It's just funny. I did run into Mark Ambrose, who's an MVP agent, and we had fun. His son and he and Katie and I spent a couple different days together. The bottom line was we wanted to be there. It didn't matter. Yeah. And when it rained, a rainy day in Disney is better than not being at Disney.
Yeah.
The 100%. Thing I did learn is take 3 or 4 masks, because especially this time of year, you're going to be hot and sweaty, and your breath. When I finally figured that out, it was a breeze. It was a
Julie,
breeze.
can I ask you a question? So I see you and Katie there in front of the stormtroopers, right?
Yeah.
Katie is wearing a surgical mask. I had read somewhere that they weren't allowed. Do they allow surgical masks?
As long as you have a mask. You're not allowed to wear
The gaiters.
The gaiters or
Okay.
bandana. Yep.
Okay.
In fact, all of the Disney employees wear a little more high speed, but masks that look like surgical masks and a plastic shield. I have some
And a
pictures of
plastic
that
shield.
for you. But I'm sorry, did you say?
No, I was going to ask for another, I love all this stuff because we all have clients who have questions, right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate you,
Yeah.
you know, sussing this out for all of us. So how about families of 6, let's just say, how would that work on the monorail and on, you know, any other, you know,
So
attraction?
monorail, easy. I've got some pictures I think that will help you understand or see it better. Monorail's easy. They can all get in. Elevators, again, your own party or 4. So if you're 7 or 8 or 9 or 10, you can all get in the elevator together if you're together. The rides, so if you see this family right here, if they were a larger family, they would have filled this row too, and then we would be back a row.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep.
All right. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Now you guys, you've both been in Galaxy's Edge and you've seen how busy it is. I swear to you, I did not cut people out of this picture.
Wow.
But this is an example of character interaction. You remember when we were there before, Jamie, they were, the stormtroopers are walking everywhere. Well, they can't do that now. So they're up there. I'm pointing with my finger like you can see me, but they're right here. And oh my gosh, they were so funny. If people were backing up, they'd say, "Watch your distance, citizen."
Citizens.
And especially with the little kids, "Calm down, citizen." And it was just funny. And a guy walked by with the whoever, not the rebels, the other side, the Empire, those hats. "Thank you for your loyalty, citizen." Just really, really fun. But they, again, were not, we didn't get near them. Okay, so dining. I'm moving us down over here now. So, first of all, this is the virtual line for the Star Wars Rise of Resistance. I think this is going to be what's going to happen with all the rides instead of fast passes.
And you, by ride, you do mean attraction, right?
The attractions, yes. So, yes, for sure. But if you go to quick service, Pecos Bill, Cosmic Rays,
one of my favorites.
Yes, all of those, you do not walk in order. They have outside of the entrance, or if you have the My Disney Experience app, you open it up and click that you want to order food, and then you click your restaurant. If you walk up to the restaurant, you open your phone, you scan the QR code they have out there with your camera, and it takes you to the site.
That's great.
So you order, and then you get this. This is when we went to Pecos Bill, and we're preparing your order. You click when you've arrived, and then you'll get your orders ready. Please go to the front, and you will go to station 1. And so you walk up, you say, "My order's ready." They let you in. You go in. Station 1 is just a table. Somebody's right there. "Julie, yes, here's your food." Okay.
That's amazing.
Yep.
So well thought out.
Oh, I'm telling you, the world needs to do this. This is dinner time. So I'm not sure which, we went to different restaurants, but each one had this. You read the QR code and you picked from there. I will say that the menus were a little bit more limited, but only 30% of capacity is allowed in the parks. And not all the resorts are open. So I think, they are intelligently thinking that they have to limit it or they're going to have a lot of spoiled food.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, Julie, you, since everybody who's watching is interested in Rise of the Resistance, what are your tricks and tips to get a boarding pass? Okay,
that's a really, really good question. So when we went in March, we had to get there right before the park.
Before the park.
5:30 in the morning, a.m. Yes.
Oh yeah. And then we got into the park when they let us in, and then when the park officially opened, I think it was 7:00, or was it 8? I don't remember.
I don't.
Right. then in your My Disney experience, I wish
Right.
I had, I
That's
do.
fine. Everybody who's watching this knows what they're doing, right? They
So
click
in your
on it.
My Disney experience, the first thing you have to do is make sure you have the updated, the most recent My Disney experience. So you go into your
first
settings
thing.
and do
Okay.
that.
All
I
right.
did that while we were standing in the park.
Okay.
We then opened it up in March right away and got ready. Well,
Yep.
they have this algorithm now. If you have it opened up right away, you're going to be one of the last ones. I don't know how to do it, but we literally opened the our phones up to My Disney experience, and then at 2 minutes before. And then the people I was with, they had a timer, and as soon as their phone said 9:59, they began timing. And then they went 10, 9, 8.
Ooh,
and then you
it's like
click,
New Year's.
I'm telling you,
That's
and then you
awesome.
click join the queue. Then you have to select your party. We all had a glitch. Not my daughter wasn't in mine, so I had to go back out and come back in.
Oh.
Within, I don't even know, 14 seconds, done. It was gone. But they now do it twice a day. So
Right.
what
Yes.
happens then, this is what we got, except it didn't say this yet. We got group 44.
Yep.
And then it said it would be about 150 minutes, I think. So we went on a bunch of rides because it was COVID, zero. When I tell you zero lines, you guys,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Now Hollywood Studios had more of a line because of Rise of Resistance. Nothing.
Yep.
In fact, when
Super
I had
jazzed.
to stand in line 5 minutes one time, I went, oh, so tired of lines. That's a joke. So you keep
Where's
opening
my fast pass?
Yeah, you keep opening your My Disney experience, and it tells you when it's time. So this was us. It was time for us to go. So that's the magic on that one. Okay. So here, now I wanted to show you when you're eating. This is Pecos Bill. This table, this table, this table here, all of these tables have signs that say these tables are not to be used.
Yeah.
Okay. This is Tony's, right in Main Street. The market, right? So they don't have signs because you're seated, but you can see there's a family here, nobody, family here, nobody.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
They really have done a really good job. I felt so safe. Now, every now and then there's that one person.
Yeah.
And my daughter turned one time and said, "You're too close."
Good
And
for
they're
you,
like,
Katie.
sorry. Okay. So I don't know why I didn't have more pictures of this, but you see this antibacterial thing. It's automatic.
Everywhere.
You don't have to press anything. They are everywhere.
Yeah.
Before you get on rides, after you get on rides, halfway down the street, they are everywhere. And I will tell you that the cast members are amazing. I know that they do not want to be the person saying, please put your mask on, but they do.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to see that very much. This picture is the picture of the ice cream place in France. In Epcot, it's off a little side alley.
Yeah, you kind of have to go behind a little.
Yeah.
But it's good.
So good. So good.
So good.
Ugh.
All right. So, okay. So here's what was really fun. And I think I enjoyed it more than a parade. Because in a parade, everybody lines up. You've got to take this time out of your day. And it's really crowded, as you know. Well, because there's not a parade, and it's not, I was wondering why, because they're just going down the street. Well, that's not the issue. The issue is the people
Yes.
waiting
Lined
for,
up.
well,
Yeah.
duh, why didn't I think of
Yeah.
that? So instead, and because there aren't meet and greets, they have these things called cavalcades. Every 15 minutes, this is at Animal Park. So there's this river that goes around the tree and all that.
Yep.
Here's Timon and Rafiki.
Ugh.
Oh no, go
Go back. Okay.
That's Timon and Rafiki, and
That was
then
so fun.
on another one, Mickey and Minnie in their jungle explorer outfit. Every park had it. On this one, oh my gosh, this was so funny. This is a band, and they'd be in the parade, but it's just them, and they're coming down the street, and this is their escort. and he was dancing.
So fun.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Just so much fun. And it was a really neat thing. It was, you saw everybody, you didn't have to stand there and hope to see the parade. Gaston was on this big black stallion. And he goes to my daughter and I, "Hello, ladies. Funny. I know you love me, but I don't love you. I don't love anyone." And it was just so much fun. So okay, next right. Okay, here's an example of things. So here's Katie and I up front.
Yep.
Right? And then this family of 3 back here. These 5 people were together. Let me move because you have to see I'm trying to make Katie hates this ride. This is Mark Ambrose and his son. So we were technically a party together. So they are back here and we were up front. And that was it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
that's awesome.
Amazing.
All right. Let's see. Oh, okay.
You could actually get a picture of Andy's shoe.
Oh my God. I didn't know it was there.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it was there
Yes.
either.
I always try to get a picture of that.
Yes.
But there's always a million people and you cannot get a clear picture.
Wow.
And I'm
amazing.
like, I go, "Katie, oh my God, look at that." She goes, "Yeah, Mom, I saw it before." How? I'm telling you, Melissa, this is the length of maybe a car and a half. That's how big it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, right here, you see down here, when I move this again, that's my foot.
There are usually 10,000 people crammed into that little space.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
This is
Now,
super fun.
Oh my gosh, super fun. Toy Story Mania. We went on it so many times it wasn't fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Love that ride.
Let's see. Okay, so I do have a couple more things to tell you, so I'll just go back. But this is so you interrupt anytime you want. We go to Animal Kingdom. We go straight to Flight of Passage. There's a little bit of a line, maybe 20 minutes. For those, if you're listening and watching and have not been on this ride,
20 minutes. It's a
the
7
wait
hour ride.
is normally 2 to 3 hours.
2 to 3 if you're lucky.
If you're lucky. And we have never been able to get a fast pass. So we have always gone at the end of the night, 5 minutes before the park closes, you get in line. If you're in line, they will not keep
let you on.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So, and we still are in line. Well, I might have needed to be in better shape because we walked and walked and walked and walked in the line.
Yeah.
Crazy. So the first time we went on, we got off and we went to Navi River and did a couple more things. And then Katie's like, "Mom, can we go back?" So we went back, got on, enjoyed it. As we were getting off, this guy, one of the cast members said, "If you want to go again, there's no line," and takes us. We don't even go back outside 3 times in a row.
Oh,
yep.
That
3
is
times in a row.
That's living the life, right? That's totally living the dream.
Living the dream, living the dream. And that's where it was so magical. They really did a really good job. We went on Kilimanjaro 4 times.
Oh, my favorite.
And each time, and we laughed because we got off and got right back on. And they always say, "Come back another time because your experience is different." Well, it was hot. Let's just say it was hot.
It's August in Florida.
I know. Yeah, exactly. And it always rains around 3:00 in the afternoon or when Mark Ambrose gets in the pool at his hotel. I am not kidding.
Mark.
It was funny.
Poor Mark.
When it rained, I sent him a text. "Are you in the pool?" So we were on the ride and it was like getting dark. And I did hear them say the safari always goes, even with lightning.
Yep.
So we didn't see the lions, which is kind of my favorite thing. So the lady said, "Well, if it gets rainy, they'll be out. They love it." So we walked off and Katie said, "Mom, there are clouds coming. Let's go back on." So we go back on. Boom. There they are.
Pouring.
All 3 of them. And it was so cool. A giraffe followed our cart to the point where the driver, the docent, the guide was giggling, surprised, because he just kept walking next to us, but he was too close for her to drive. So she'd be like, "All right, come on. And then he would, I don't need to share the screen anymore. Everybody can see our faces up close and personal. But so he would finally step away a little bit and she'd start to go and they'd come back. Just really, it was just really neat. I mean, we were there for 5 days. How many cast members did I see? Hundreds.
Yeah.
One was a grump and one was just really tired. The rest were magical.
That was really going to be my question. How are the cast members? We love them so much.
We do. And so I did go to dinner the last night with my friend's son, who is a trainer for the monorail. And I asked, you know, how's everything going? How did you feel? How are they taking care of you? And they are really working to make sure they all get enough breaks. Oh, I don't know why the picture's in. I thought I had a picture. Relaxation stations.
Yeah, where you can take your masks off, right?
Yes, take a mask break.
Yep, there's at least 2, but it's very regimented. Like the person, the cast member who's there will ask you how many are in your party. And if in this case, if there's more than 5, she'll split you in tables that are hopefully within 6 feet of each other, but not to have a big group. You can't get up. If you stand up, you got to put your mask back on.
Okay.
And it's just to keep people, you know, there. When the parks first reopened, you could have your mask off when you were eating or drinking. Well, what people were doing was having a drink in hand and walking around.
Yeah. Sure. I would have done that too. I would have done that.
I was totally expecting to do that myself. But they changed the policy that you have to be stationary and actively eating or drinking. So I did see a cast member ask someone, you know, to say, if you're going to be drinking, you need to be stopped somewhere. They don't make you sit down, but you have to stay.
Can you talk about the check-in and check-out process, Julie?
For the hotel?
Yes.
Yeah. So on your My Disney experience, you can check in even the day before. You give an arrival time, which was our mistake. I assumed we were going to be hitting the hurricane. So normally it's about an 11-hour drive for us. I expected it to be about 13. So I said we'd get there at 10. We got there at 8. We didn't hit any of the hurricane. Thank you. Thank you very much. But we clicked check in and we clicked our time. I said 10 p.m. and we got there at 8. Our room was not ready. Normally, no, that's not true. We just weren't notified that our room was ready yet. Normally you get this is your room. It has your room number.
Yes.
You can then, the bands that you have that you've already assigned, and you can use all your old bands. If any of the listeners didn't know that, I have bands from other trips. They still work. You can use all of them. So in fact, I brought a couple this time, just, you know, to match.
Yeah. And then you can coordinate your outfit.
Hello. So if
I'm wearing pink today, I wear my pink bands.
Yep. But so anyway, so once you get there, if it has your room number, you can use your band, or now on your My Disney experience, you can click unlock door. You do not go to the front desk. There's no line. It reminds me of Virgin's policy of getting rid of lines. The pools at the Contemporary, there are 3 pools, 2 were closed. When I went to the pool at about 3:30 in the afternoon, there were 2 other families and 2 other sets of adults. That was it. Yeah.
I would say that, you know, we are now in week 6 of Universal being open and week 8 and week 4 of Disney being open. And not one reported case, not one reported outbreak. And I have said this time and time again, Disney and Universal are going to lead us forward. They are going to lead us out of this. And they are the way that schools should open, that college football should be played, that everything should happen. I mean, Disney is really showing us the way. And, you know, Julie, I'm really grateful that you did those live videos and we were able to ask questions, because we all have clients who are going and want to know, you know, and, you know, we're not going to try and sell them something that is not good for them. And Julie, what would you say to people who have, I mean, there are different kinds of people, right? We don't know when fast passes are going to come back, right? We don't know about this. We do know that park hopping is coming back in 2021 at this point, but nobody knows when, right? There's so many unknowns. But what is your best counsel for families that are still planning to go forward with fall trips? What are some tips and tricks that you would like to share?
So the biggest one for me would be to have 3 or 4 masks per person.
Okay, that's great.
The mask costs $6, so you don't have to wear Disney masks. I love mine. Do you want to see them?
Thanks, Suzanne.
There you go.
Yep. Fun.
Here's a good trick.
Yeah,
Here's
one
a
of those.
good trick
Yes.
for you.
Yes. Yes.
Magic Kingdom is the last to get the new masks. When we first went, all they had was Pooh and one of the Mickey faces. Went to Disney Springs, and it's not at the World of Disney, although they might change it, but right now it's at the Marketplace Co-op, which is just down the way. We looked all over the World of Disney, and then the cast member told us the Marketplace. In the Marketplace, it's kind of like a stylish place, and there's different ones in different rooms, which I expected. I expected that there would be one for every ride, one for every park, and they're not there yet. And that's a big yet. I think it depends on what happens, right?
And how long we have to wear masks for.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But the biggest collection with the variety was at Mouse Gear at Epcot, which is still in its temporary place because they're redoing. Jamie, guess what ride we went on?
What?
Spaceship Earth.
I love Spaceship
in March.
Earth.
Jamie and I went on Spaceship Earth, and we're in tears.
And we thought for the last time.
Yes, we kept saying for the last.
I have pictures of Julie hugging the counselor. It shows you your future.
Jenny and Linda, when you listen to this, you know what they're talking about.
Yes,
we just cried and cried.
Yep.
We were also lucky to be there when it closed, and we were.
Oh my gosh!
I'm so lucky. What?
Guess what else came in the mail?
What?
My ornament.
Yes. Do you have it there? Do you have it?
It's upstairs.
Okay, you have to show it at a later time, but
I will. It's so cool.
And,
I went on March 15th, the day it closed, and it says closing March 15th, 2020. And I had just moved. They didn't have my address because it's a brand new place. I called. They said they lost it. And just before I left for this trip, I got this magical call that they found it. Yeah. So
would you say that you and Katie would you say that this was an amazing trip? I know we started out and you said it was odd, but would you say it was
still worth it?
Odd because we are all such planners, and most people who go to Disney are used to like running here and there. And part of the fun is the planning, and here you really can't plan. So
and
was
you
it
don't
odd
need
in
to.
that way? And you don't need to.
You don't need to. You still need to make reservations because several restaurants aren't open.
Right.
The Crystal Palace wasn't open. Casey's wasn't open. I
love the hot dogs there.
I do too.
Julie, can you run people through how you go on? So what you did was you made your hotel reservation, and then you went on and you chose your parks, correct?
No,
well,
they recommend.
You're an annual pass holder though, so it's different. So for people who are just buying a ticket,
you're right. You're right. Yes.
Yeah,
so
you have to have
hotel
tickets.
reservations.
Right.
And then you reserve.
Yep.
And then you get your tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
So you make your park reservations.
Yep.
You know, you have to go onto your My Disney Experience and you select your park, which is what most people who are Disney aficionados are not used to doing.
Right. Well, and the other thing is before you make your reservations, you can check availability. Now there's availability by 3 different categories. Yeah. There's pass holder, there's ticket only, and there's resort stayers.
Right.
So for instance, the pass holder for what day did we go? This last Friday, pass holder availability was not there for Magic Kingdom, but because we were staying at a resort, we were able to still get in. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I was going to say something else. I'm full of all kinds of cool things.
You are full of all kinds of things.
I have a question for you. Which opened first, the Polynesian or the Contemporary?
Contemporary.
That's what I was going to say too.
The Polynesian opened 10 minutes before the Contemporary.
I didn't know this.
The Contemporary had the first reservations.
Oh, so wait a minute. So the
So,
Polynesian opened 10
I
minutes
still won.
before the Contemporary. So, no, you didn't. You didn't win.
It
You
depends
win for
on
best hair.
the
but, I mean, you
definition
didn't
of
win for
is. Yeah. So, and other things, go.
Yeah. Just go.
Now, Mark and I talked about it, and we watched kids, and it was magical. There's this little girl. She saw the doll store. I love Cinderella. I love Cinderella. So they didn't have the meet and greets, but the little kids don't like that anyway. They get scared, right?
Yeah.
But I watched families just to see. I have been there so many times. I'm more interested in,
Yes.
how
Yes,
families
exactly.
are doing.
Yeah.
There were things that aren't available right now. So when you go to Test Track at Epcot, you don't design your own car.
Because you can't touch those
because you
things.
can't
All right.
touch it.
All
Too much
right.
touching.
But you still get to drive it. You get to
And
drive it.
I apologize to everybody. This is from my window.
Yeah, it's okay. That's all right. You're
Okay.
super pretty.
Anyway, it makes me cuter.
Yeah, it does.
At the Haunted Mansion, when you go into the one room that goes down,
Uh-huh.
The stretching room.
you don't stretch.
You can't. There's too many
Yeah,
people in there.
Too many
so,
people.
okay.
Yeah.
But they've still managed to keep the ride alive. So that's
Yes,
fantastic.
Exactly right. Exactly right. And just I cannot begin to tell you. I go. If it's not your first time, you'll miss some of the magic that you were used to. But I would just challenge you to look around and see the new magic, because it is everywhere. They have done such a good job.
I can't wait to get down there in December. Hey,
know.
Julie, one final question, because I know we're kind of getting our time limit, but was there any chatter from any cast members about when the parades and fireworks might be reinstated?
In fact, I talked to my friend's son, and they really, it's going to start for quite a while, especially the fireworks, because so many people congregate.
To get that many people.
Yeah. And
so for people for who fireworks are like the defining thing, they shouldn't go, right? Like,
correct.
If
Absolutely.
that's it for you, you shouldn't. If the magic is gone with the fireworks being gone, you shouldn't go.
Yeah.
If the magic is gone with the parades and stuff, and you can't be happy, because I mean your pictures looked amazing. I'd actually rather see pop-up things than stand in line for a parade.
So much more, because you didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I got to go to the parade.
Yes.
But, right. You saw them, and they came down every street. It was, it was amazing. Now, as far as how Disney's handling, if there is a cast member who has a symptom, boom, they're out, and the shift that they worked with are out until they get tested and come back negative, me. Yeah. But you're right. Now I will tell you, I didn't feel like the Contemporary was worth the money. They don't have all the magical stuff that they do in the other hotels. There's no theming.
Yeah.
But my daughter said, but Mom, if there were fireworks, because that view,
because then you can sit on your deck.
Yeah, it makes all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. Yeah. And you got to walk to Magic Kingdom. You were so close.
So I will say that was magical for my feet.
Yes.
It was lovely. Just you got off, and that was really nice. But
how was the bus service? Did you have to wait for a long time? Did you ride?
We didn't ride any buses. I drove. So we went. I mean, the parking was ridiculously empty. It was just
right.
So, however, I do know that people did wait quite a while. They're not taking as many people on the bus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So
that's maybe another trick, to have people drive to the parks instead of taking buses. I do know that I have friends who were just there, and they said that the Skyliner was great method of transportation.
Oh my gosh.
So if you're staying in Caribbean Beach or any of those places.
Except when it's raining and when it's lightning.
Because then it stops.
Yes. So pretty much every afternoon, or when Mark gets in the pool.
It's in the pool, Mark. All right, Julie, final thoughts. What are your final pieces of wisdom about, the new Disney right now?
Trust it. Follow the rules. And, just be aware. I had a couple of pictures I swear I put in, but when you're in line, there's markers. And one thing that I thought was very strange. So like if this is the rope, this is going to be fun. I'm a teacher. If this
She's a
is the
teacher.
road,
Teaching.
right? And people are going in line this way to go to the ride.
Yep.
There will be tape here for someone to stand.
Yep.
And then there will be tape here. Oh, wait, let me put this person here. And then tape way over here. And I didn't understand it because this is like 12 feet. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Well, because if I stand at 6 feet, I'm 3 feet from them.
Oh.
Oh.
So
See, you don't even
had,
think of that stuff.
You don't.
Wow.
And I actually, I had to be very politely asked to move back by a cast member at Small World. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, of course I did it. And then I looked and I thought, those people are right there. So then we were in line and this girl, her husband kept telling her to step back. And she goes, there's all this room. And I said, yeah, but see how close we are now. And most people are like, oh.
Right. I wouldn't have gotten that either. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think of just everything, don't they? They think
It's
of
crazy.
everything.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, God bless
Yeah.
Walt Disney. God bless all the people who are going, this
Yes.
travel. We are in a very strange time now.
Mhm.
And we have a couple of choices and everybody has to do what's right for their family.
That's exactly
not
right.
everybody
Yes.
is comfortable traveling and people, not everybody's comfortable leaving their home. And there are people who shouldn't, who are high risk.
Absolutely.
People
In
who
fact,
are-
I feel very, very safe. I feel,
Yep.
However, I have a very good friend who has a daughter with Down syndrome. I'm going to go get tested because I see her all the time. And I
Yeah.
want to make sure we did everything we could.
Yep.
Yes.
But I want to make sure. And you're right. You need to do what you feel comfortable. If
You do,
are
and not
comfortable, you're
judge other
fine.
people.
Oh,
And not
yeah.
judge other people.
Yes.
That's the
Right.
thing.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
we had our vacation last week at the beach, as you all know, with all of our families, but we all got tested before we were all together. So
Yes.
pictures of lots of us, but we were all
Yeah. And
tested.
that one video with the boy in the water.
I'll tell you more about that later.
Oh my God.
But anyway, I would say, thank you, Julie, because you're going to help all of us, moving forward and all of our
Yes.
clients and our friends, because this was a really incredibly
Mhm.
in-depth, engaging view. And we just don't know where life is taking us.
We don't.
So we have to seize these opportunities.
I do one thing. I'm looking at the picture of the balloon on my camera or my.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you go into stores, there are doors marked entrance and doors
Ah.
marked exit. So
Love
you're
it.
not going against it.
Love
I
it.
did see one smarty pants in our hotel. He was going in the exit, but he went in backwards. So it looked like he was going out. And I'm like, I saw that. He goes, you got to do what you got to do.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
like that.
All right, ladies.
All right,
Yeah, so
Julie.
that was great. Site as well.
Wonderful. So
Great
everybody can see
idea.
it.